All right, so you've got this incredible business idea. You're ready to go in Turkey. But then you hit the first big roadblock. Which company type do you choose? A sole proprietorship? A limited company? Maybe a joint stock? Picking the wrong one can seriously set you back, costing you a ton of time and money. So in this breakdown, we're going to clear up the confusion and look at what each option really means for you, your wallet, and your big dreams for the future. Does this thought feel a little too familiar? I'd rather not even start than deal with all these procedures. It's that overwhelming feeling, right? Drowning in paperwork before you've even made your first sale. It's a total dream killer for so many entrepreneurs. But honestly, what if I told you the path forward is way clearer than you think? So, which one is it? The right answer for you really boils down to three key things: how big you want to grow, how much cash you have to start with, and maybe most importantly, how much personal risk you're willing to stomach. Let's figure it out together. Okay, let's start with option number one, the simplest way to get going, the sole proprietorship, or in Turkish, the şahıs. This is the go-to for freelancers, consultants, and anyone starting out on their own. Just think of it as the get up and running by next week option. It's all about speed and simplicity. And here is, without a doubt, the most attractive feature for most people starting out. The minimum startup capital required is zero. A big fat zero. You don't need to have a single lira stashed away just to get your company registered. This makes it the absolute perfect choice for bootstrapping your idea when you've got minimal cash on hand. The whole setup process is just as simple. First, you just need an address. And hey, this can even be your home office. Then you team up with an accountant, file an application online through the digital tax portal, and wait for a quick visit from the tax office to confirm everything. That's it. 4 steps, and bam, you're officially in business. The barrier to entry is incredibly low. And the benefits don't stop there. The tax system is progressive, which is great when you're starting. You pay a lower tax rate when you're earning less, and it only goes up as your income grows. Getting your profits out is super easy, and get this, if you're under 29, there's a young entrepreneur exemption that can give you a massive tax break for your first few years. Plus, you can even deduct some personal expenses like health and education. Okay, but here's the catch, and it is a big one. All this simplicity comes with a major trade-off: risk. With a sole proprietorship, there's no legal firewall between you and your business. They are one and the same. So if the business racks up debt, creditors can come after your personal assets. We're talking your house, your car, your savings. This idea of unlimited liability is the single most important thing to wrap your head around at this structure. Now, if the thought of unlimited personal liability just made you a little nervous, or if you know right from the start that you want to bring in partners, then it's time to level up. Let's talk about the next step, the limited company, or limited şirket. So the first thing you'll notice is the jump in the capital requirement. A limited company needs at least 50,000 Turkish lira to get off the ground. This right here immediately tells you we're moving into a more formal, more established kind of business structure. So what do you get for that investment? Well, the grand prize is limited liability. This is that legal wall we were talking about, the one that protects your personal assets if things go south. The tax rate is also a flat 25%, which can actually be better than the progressive rate once your business really starts making money. The trade-off? A little less flexibility. Simple things like transferring shares to a new partner become a formal process that needs a notary and official approval. But what if your vision is even bigger? I mean, what if you're planning to raise serious money from investors, maybe even take the company public one day? Well, in that case, there's really only one path for you: the joint stock company, or anonym şirket. This is the big leagues. It's the structure built for massive growth and large-scale operations. And the commitment level here is on a whole different planet, starting with a minimum capital requirement of 250,000 Turkish lira. Now that's a high bar, but it's there for a reason. This structure is designed for serious, well-funded companies that need to signal stability and ambition to major investors and potentially the public market. In return for that steep investment, you get incredible flexibility for growth. You can have an unlimited number of shareholders, you can issue stock, and transferring those shares is a breeze. But maybe the most powerful feature, the one that makes investors' eyes light up, is tax-related. If you hold on to your shares for more than 2 years, you pay zero. That's right, zero tax when you sell them. That's a massive incentive for both founders and early investors who are in it for the long haul. So we've walked down all 3 paths: the simple start, the growth step, and the climb to the summit. Now let's put them all on one map. Seeing them side by side like this is really the best way to figure out which route makes the most sense for you and your goals. Let's break this down really simply. Are you starting out with literally zero capital? Well, your choice is pretty much made for you: sole proprietorship. Is your number one concern protecting your house and your personal savings? Then you have to be looking at a limited or a joint stock company. What about your end goal? If you see yourself pitching to venture capitalists or dreaming of an IPO, the joint stock company is literally built for that journey. Each row here answers a really critical question about your business's future. When you strip everything else away, it all comes down to this one single image. On the left, the business's problems are your problems personally. On the right, there's a legal shield protecting you. This isn't just a financial decision, It's a fundamental choice about how much you want to separate your professional life from your personal life. It's the ultimate trade-off between absolute simplicity and maximum security. So in the end, the right choice isn't just about where your business stands today. It's about where you want it to be tomorrow, 5 years from now. Are you building a solo empire from your laptop? Are you creating a solid, lasting business with a few partners you trust? Or are you aiming to build the next big thing that's going to attract major investment? Answering that question, really honestly, is the key to making your first and most important move.